One of the most beautiful things, cycling in the country lanes here in Salento. Now, a lot of people that visit Salento, they think, oh wow, is it dangerous? Well, no. First of all, I would say not even on the main roads is dangerous, but I'm not on the main road, and because Salento, it's flat land and it goes back to thousands of years of everybody having a go at this land, everybody has built a little road. And so what we do find is that Salento, or this province of Lecce, has the largest network of country lanes that you could find. So you could stay off the main roads and just get lost cycling these beautiful lanes. You can smell today, 21st of June, first day of summer here, although the temperatures have been really summer temperatures for the last few weeks, for the last month. But just a sense of freedom. And I'm bringing my bicycle from Galatina down to Santa Maria al Bagno, so that's just an easy, probably about 12 miles. It's an easy cycle. In fact, I'm not cycling, I'm just strolling, and I'm taking it there because I have another one over there, so I'm going to give the two bikes to a wonderful couple that they're here for a few more weeks, and they can use the bicycles to explore. I don't rent bicycles, so if you just write a message and say, Davide, can we rent a bike? No, I don't rent bicycles, but I'm just happy to share my bicycle with a very, very special people. And I just wanted to share with you the beauty of cycling through these country lanes. A lot of these green plants that you see, this is myrto, and the berry from the myrto, it's what they use to make the very well known drink that you find in Sardinia predominantly, which is called myrto. So in certain times of the year those berries get collected, but the smells are wonderful, going from thyme to oregano to wild rosemary. Look at this ancient ruin over here. My heart is saying to me, stop, Davide, stop and go and check this ancient ruin. Oh my god. Do you remember when I started my YouTube channel? I think this is how it started. It started by me venturing into an abandoned building. I think what started as me just turning the camera on and sharing with you a little cycle down to the sea to drop my bicycle. It's probably going to turn into something else now. What do we learn from this? Well, first we learn that arch structures are almost self-sustainable, and what we have at the bottom there, it's an oven. We are probably looking at a structure that has been here for 400 or 500 years. This is one of the things I love about Salento, because it makes me feel that I'm on the other side of the world, and that I'm traveling and I'm exploring, and I'm going to encounter some animals, some beasts. Although really the worst that probably you can find here will probably be a black snake, which, apart from giving you a little bit of a scare right there and then, they are really not harmful at all. But what I'd love to point out is, look at the state of this oven. A lot of gecko. Oh, that's a fantastic gecko just over there. We have a toilet here. Probably this building has never been developed, because maybe when these power lines came across here, I'm literally underneath one of them, they were just left abandoned, never to be developed. Now this could be a project, I guess, not underneath one of these beasts, but wonderful to see these buildings here gently. Don't be afraid. I'm wearing the right attire. I've got my shorts on. Oh wow. Now what's interesting here, they've kind of attempted to redo the roof, probably just to continue to use it, maybe years ago. But yeah. not that special in there and not that safe to go in. If it was very, very special, then I would go in, even if it wasn't safe, but there's nothing special. But absolutely beautiful. Oh, are you still there? That means that you are enjoying our videos. Thank you very much for following the channel. Did you know that every Friday we issue a video called Thank God It's Friday, and you can sit if you join our membership. Do that, and I'll see you every Friday. I am officially lost, but I refuse to turn my GPS on. But look at these buildings here. They've been here for more than 2,000 years. Known as fornieri in the area. Some people may address them as trulli, because every time you see a conic shaped building, because of loads of the talking in Salento, Puglia attracting a lot of attention, automatically these buildings have been called trulli. But it depends. The trulli are specifically within one area of Alberobello in Puglia, where these other buildings were actually called fornieri in some areas, lamie in others, but they're all service the same purpose, sheltering people from the elements. Here we have another couple of beautiful ones. That's probably a 1-bedroom, where that one over there is probably a 2 bedrooms. I find it fascinating how we have evolved, and we lived in these stone houses until about 150 years ago, while the big palazzi in the cities were actually owned by the very wealthy families. And here in the countryside, all these buildings are dotted around. We have another one in front of us. I wonder what it was like, you know, going in the evening just with the light of the fire or some wax and some candles. It's just so beautiful, really, this sense of freedom of coming to Salento, hire a couple of bicycles and just get lost in the country lanes, bring yourself some water, some sandwiches. And the most incredible thing is that there are so many towns dotted around that you'll never go more than 10-15 minutes without getting into another town, stopping at a bar, exploring a church, a square, some beautiful architecture, and then back again into the nature. A lot of these houses have been abandoned as well. I grew up in the 70s, and we still have a country home, but a lot of my friends moving from the town to the country was mainly because back in them days, in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, they were cultivating tobacco. A lot of these fields were tobacco fields, and so the land was very fertile, very green, with plantation of tobaccos everywhere. And so all these houses became like a summer destination where they could work, pick up the tobacco, dry the tobacco, being very close to the town. And with the change of generations and the many changes that we have seen, then these houses have become abandoned. No one wants to be here. So the only houses that you see in the countryside are these beautiful villas, normally with swimming pools, but the idea of those little houses that they were just used to work, it's almost disappeared. I love Saturdays, you know. I actually work on Saturdays, but today I thought, well, I'm going to go and drop these bicycles. And so probably after I dropped the bicycle, I left the car there on the seafront yesterday, so in view of doing exactly this today. So I'm going to leave the bicycle and then come back with a car, and then probably go and do some work. Although I did put my swimming costume on, so I may just jump in the water first. Isn't it Incredible, the quality of living here, the relaxed element. I know that sometimes this could be stressful for a lot of people. Relax is stressful for people. When I do what I'm doing now, or when I walk around in the countryside and I find the herbs and the plants, and I look at rocks and stones and old buildings, it's the one opportunity I have really to get in contact with my inner self. So I think you should try it. And this is worth slowing down and stopping, to be honest. Look at this two affreschi here. This was probably the entrance to a chapel. Nothing left. As you're getting closer to town, then you start seeing so many more houses, because people like to have a house in the countryside, but for them, being 5 minutes further, it's like being isolated, which is a bit strange. Now I recognize those houses over there, so we are parallel really to the road that connects Galatina to Galatone, the road that I do probably 2 to 3 times a day, at least twice a day, because that's where the office is. So I finally realised where I am. So I've gone round and round and round the roundabout to get to Galatone, but this has avoided me going onto the main road and experiencing, viewing beautiful things like this, for example. We've just gone through the town of Galatone, and again, rather than doing the main road, this time of the year, loads of cars, summer, everyone going to the beach, I choose to do a country lane road. So I continue my journey through a country lane. Why did I go left rather than going right? To be honest, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna see some amazing things, I think. Look at these houses, what's left of them. Another stone village. And this is really what I enjoy. I enjoy that sense of being real. This will be melons. In fact, we can see already some big melons in the field. Look at this red soil. Did you know that some of these melons produced in this area of Nardo are indigenous to the area, and they get exported all over the world as the best melons produced in the world? And it's a combination. Oh, look at this beautiful yellow. Everything is ancient in Italy anyway. I always say ancient, but it's true. Carparo stone or tufa stone, because in them days they were looking for places where the quarries were very, very high, very close to the surface. they didn't have the machines that they have today. The smell of the time, oh my god, it's so incredible. Well, you've seen through my videos the amount of buildings that they were done 500-600 years ago. Well, somewhere they needed to pick up the stone. This video is actually came out just naturally as a result of me getting on the bike and bringing my GoPro with me. But are you ready for this? We're surrounded here by up and down, and this is just wonderful to look at. So the actual consistency of the soil is exactly like that. So once the first layer of soil was removed, they would find what they would call the monte, the mountain, the rocks. And so by hand, that's all they had. They were just breaking and creating blocks. And so getting down to the next layer. So what you're seeing here, it's one layer, another layer, another layer, another layer, and going down and down and down. Isn't this spectacular? Can you imagine having a villa built here, and then this could become some gardens if they get cleaned up with this rocks formation. I've seen places where they've actually built a pool in using these rock formations. I mean, this could be, for example, an amazing pool surrounded. And what you're looking at there, those are not constructions. That is the actual soil, that's the actual land, that is the rock, that is what the actual ground made of. And I find that to be absolutely amazing. So no need for structures, no need for cement, and loads and loads, oh beautiful, loads and loads and loads of time. Oh, I just saw a fox. So yeah, also these places, they've become a nice place for wildlife to reproduce. And so I think in a way that's quite nice. But yeah, look at this wall here, and the thousands and thousands of hits that that wall would have got, and all the blocks that have come out of it. And this is what a main road may look like. I think I could say mission accomplished. I've definitely gone a long way. This is probably, I don't know, 40 minutes, half an hour's ride. It's taken me an hour and a half just before you've seen the amount of stops and things that I enjoy. But now we're in the amazing Santa Caterina, and I'm going to cycle around, and it's beautiful. We have a bicycle lane here now. Cycle to Santa Maria al Bagno and drop the bicycle. So this brings me to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't planned, and that sometimes are the best things. I know that you love me sharing some of the beauty of Salento. This is what makes Salento really special. Just a bicycle, a little bit of bread, some water, some wine, some beer when you get to your destination, and just pure beauty. That's what we have here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, stay safe wherever you are.